Hello everyone, and welcome back to Val Plays Empyrion. Start of a brand new day has begun, as the sun has just crested the mountain over there. Look at the beautiful, beautiful base. Right now it's just a box, right? Well, we're going to start fixing that today. Oh, the grow light. I just had to place a new generator. There we go. Just had to place another small generator because I finally ran out of power with all the lights and everything that I have running. So it gives me a good idea of how much I've got. And I also repaired the small vessel between this episode and the last one. And I did a little bit of decor, mostly just texturing in here. Texture the walls and the ceiling. Put our band along the bottom. And then I did some outlining on the floor of the various areas. I went ahead and moved the hovercraft here into one of those little corner spots because it's a small vehicle. And put something else over here. That next small vessel I want to make, the bigger one, probably. And this other like metal grate here along. And then when we got the doors coming down, we have this other texture here. I like this. It looks like a drainage kind of system thing. I was almost going to run these along the sides here, but I chose this other little metal texture. I like the way it looks. It kind of fits in nicely. And I made the base of these blocks this other same texture here as this base, so it all fits in. Looks good, especially as a base of these columns. I still think I want to put another one at the top, another square block at the top. But we'll get to that. Oh yes, also I fixed up the small vessel. Re-put on the front, the Gatling gun. Got the shape down. Textured it, colored it. Put our spotlight and glass back on. Repaired the rest of the armor. And then I also took out the back section of armor here on both sides and added another side thruster. So we got two side thrusters on each side. Give it a little bit more maneuverability as we're moving around. Yep, and then put on this back piece here to make it match, or to make it fit with this thruster, I mean. But yeah, let's get started on moving this sucker up. We've been doing a lot of building and then fighting, a base, building, fighting a base. And I want to keep up that kind of back and forth for a little while. But our next big adventure thing, if we don't take another base, which will probably be the fortress next, we need to go to the moon and the asteroid belt. We need to harvest some more resources up in space. Neodymium, Sathium, so that we can start building some more advanced CPUs and get some of the higher tech tools and get a hyperdrive going. I've already been harvesting blue crystal from the bottom of the lake here, where I get seaweed. You just kind of have to look for it. It's not the easiest thing to spot, but if you look straight down and do it during the daytime, you can find it. Okay, but what are we going to do in here? We're going to use the pattern from below and raise this sucker up. So if you recall, I mentioned that we were going to pull it in a block all four sides so that we have a nice divisible by 3 number. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. Let's build with our drone here. So if I have to drop pillars, these corner pillars, all the way down, I will do so. Down into the first level of the base. I'm hoping I won't have to do that, but we shall see. Let's take a look at our structural integrity. I'm hoping that I can just place everything on a new level here, and it'll be just fine. And we're going to have to move these turrets, and I'll move them up to another section. So actually, yeah, let me do that first. Let's take out these turrets. build some more. We'll place them up above. Or we might make platforms on the sides here. Not too sure yet. I actually haven't been attacked by drones in quite some time. And I haven't taken out the drone base. I've taken out some other bases, but you know, you guys have seen all of those. And I've got 2 turrets up there, so I'm not too worried on my platform. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that. There was a patch, and I'm hoping it didn't like just disable them. Because I actually kind of like having to defend. I'm not exactly measuring these at this point yet. See how far we want to make it. But basically, we're going to start bringing it up like this. And in the corners, we'll have some slopes, bringing it in, just like we did on the bottom level probably. And this will continue till about half the height of the skyscraper. And then I'll start bringing in tubes, as you remember me talking about them before. We're going to have a 3x3, 9 sets of tubes going up. And there, 1, 2, 3. Right? Because they're each 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, and then another tube to support. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Like this. So I don't actually need both of these blocks for walls on the inside. But you can think of this as like separate structures, separate 5x5s, 3 separate 5x5s. And in a grid of 3x3. That's kind of how the structure is going to be laid out. But on the inside, I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't need both of these pillars for support. So I'll figure out kind of which ones I want. Probably closer to the side here, so like I've got it here probably. If I need them anyway. We'll see if I can just span. And I guess I'm talking about interior pillars, because of course I'm going to have a wall here, right? Like that's obvious. This will be a wall. And maybe we'll have a windowsill in the middle. So yeah, actually that kind of is fine for now. But on the inside, I may need additional support pillars to support the roof. That's how it would work in a normal skyscraper, right? But we'll see if I actually need it with the structural integrity. Specifically, I'm worried about the first floor. As I lay this whole thing up here. Ooh, it's bright. Is it going to make this roof, you know, in danger of collapsing? And we'll see. Because I'm placing the blocks on top of here, not on the wall that we actually have. And if I have to bring down a pillar in these corners, that's totally fine. But I'm going to keep an eye on it and start building this up a little bit. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. And there's some work done. Well, here you can kind of see that the middle there is looking a little worse for wear. Let me undo this just for a moment so you can get a perspective of what we're looking at. You can see, well, at least from the top level here, this is the grid, the intersecting support pillars. And so, you know, I could put support pillars in these intersecting spots. But really, I wouldn't do all 4, right? I would just put 1 column to, you know, make rooms different sizes and stuff like that. But structurally, the center is getting kind of weak there. You can see it's getting pretty dark. Pretty dark. Now, the first level roof here is still nice and solid green. it doesn't seem to be affected by what I'm putting on top of it. It looks like it's just this top layer that could potentially not be stable, which is great. I was hoping I wouldn't have to drive a support column all the way down, and that's what it's looking like so far. I'm going to proceed here. Oh, come on, drone. Stupid drone. I guess the drone's kind of big. I'm going to proceed here and fill all this stuff in on here first. You can see it does help as you put the pieces in on the surrounding parts. So I'm going to keep going with this, and we'll fill in the floor and see if it's stable. Looks like it's going to be, but I may have to start putting pillars in on the next level, or under here if this darkness gets really bad. I might. It's looking okay. Alright, here's a moment of truth though. I don't know, that's looking pretty darn red. Yeah. Probably gonna lose somewhat. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, nope. It's got it. Just barely. Just barely. Alright, I probably will have to put in some support pillars because that's pretty red. Just to appease myself here. It's not going to crash and burn if I place another block on top of it. Which is probably what's going to happen. Alright. So clearly in here you can see that the roof is a little darker. That is definitely not the bright green that this is. Let me show you what I did. I went ahead and placed some columns down in the central tube here. This is as small as one of these tubes can be. The space between these 4 pillars. And there's still a good amount of room out here. Nighttime, if you can't see, if you're ever in a base or something, just turn on structural integrity. You can see the center is still pretty weak. That's the hole where the elevator is going to go up to. As I added these pillars for support of this roof, it cleared this up a little bit. It's still kind of dark, but you know, this part, while it's kind of strange because looking at the top of the blocks, you can see that they're a little dark. But down below it looks like they're even more. And this pillar isn't very green, right? Because there's nothing underneath it. So I think I am going to have to go ahead and drop those pillars down, which is actually kind of cool, to be honest. And hopefully that takes care of things. But you know, my farm is in the way over here, but I'll make it fit. I'll be back here in just a minute. All right, everyone. You can take a look and see. Basically, what we'll be doing. I'm going to go up at least another level of the same height at that same full size, and I may even go up another one. Eventually I'm going to stop with the full 9x9 design and we'll start shrinking it down, but when I do that will eventually be the midway point of the tower. So I want it to at least be, it's going to be tall. So we're going to do at least another level of this size. On this second level, I think I'm going to house the greenhouse. All the growing plots, or at least a good amount of them. And I'll show you guys that right now. Park this bad boy. Now I asked people for some name suggestions a couple episodes ago, and I haven't really had too much feedback. But we'll go ahead and probably pick a name for each vessel next episode. So this may be your last chance, or it may already be too late. But yeah, we'll figure that out next time. See, I set the floor and made it all wood, a different wood color or texture. We got the pillars in here. I turned them into cylindrical pillars. Got the walls up and glass in. As much glass as I felt comfortable with. A good amount. And we got some round lights, 5 of them in here. And that seems to keep this place nice and well lit. And we're going to fill it with growing plots. Kind of similar to how we've done the little example one on the ground. I'm going to have them all the way around here. But we'll build them right up against the wall. This whole kind of thing will fill up with growing plots. And that's going to take a lot of fiber. I may try and harvest some grow plots from some other places. I know there's a crash ship on the moon that should have a ton. And we need to go to the moon anyway to get Sathium. Or I'm sorry, Neodymium and the asteroids for Sathium. And we'll probably start doing that next episode. Heading off into space and starting to do some harvesting. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. The tower begins. Join me next time and we'll continue on with our adventure. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.